Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Winter's Wish. We're going to start Kuga's route today. So I've loaded up, obviously you can tell, our common route save file when we're about to pick a group or a town or area to work in. So it's been like a day, 2 days for whatever, you know what I mean, for you. And it's been like a week for me because, or maybe a little bit longer, because I recorded our other game. So, hey, I don't know if we're going to be able to maintain the route there, route here, because this game is a little bit longer. But it's the first time I've been able to do that in like a long ass time. So, anyway. So okay, we are going to work in Castletown. By Tojo, Chapter 2, Castletown. I forgot the little transitions and stuff. It's pretty. The next day, and so, starting today, Spacey will also join the Castletown team. You two, make sure to teach her everything. Understood. Yawn. I don't know if he's actually yawning or saying yawn. I feel like Yoichi would be like, yeah, no, yawn. I'm looking forward to working with you again. After agonizing over the decision, in the end I chose to work in Castletown. Miyagi telling me that Castletown was fairly easy to handle was certainly effective, to say the least. Not to mention, both Kuga and Yuichi seemed kind for all intents and purposes. If I'm here, I'll definitely be able to work hard. Since I was in the middle of working, I had Kamame stay in my room. We already explained the mission yesterday, so that's fine. Today I'll have you follow these two and experience work in Castletown. Eventually I want you to have a public job as a commoner like Yuichi does. Obviously that'd be difficult to do right away. Yes, I understand. In that case, let us start the patrol. Wait, before that, there's something I want to give you. Miyagi pulled out something wrapped in a furoshiki cloth and handed it to me. Furoshiki cloth. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Inside the cloth, there was a large multi-level box. This is quite the impressive Jubako box? Jubako? I don't know how you say that. Anyway, that kind of box. Anyway, isn't it? What's inside is even more impressive. Is it full of sweets? Or jewels? Or money? Money would be nice. Then Miyagi slowly opened the lid of the box as if to build suspense. Inside was... Wow! That's a lot of red bean mochi. Snacks. I'm just saying, that's a plus. My family got them just for today. We can eat them all together if you'd like. He's adorable. So good. Wait, Yuichi's already eating them. Was he just really hungry? Thank you very much. I'll also accept one. I took a single mochi from the Jubako, I don't know anyway, and quietly placed it into my mouth. You think it's really good. It's so soft, and the filling also has the perfect amount of saltiness. Right? The store that sells those is one of my wife's favorites. Oh, guys. Miyagi's married. You can't have him. Oh, guys. Listen, we know Kyoshiro's not because he's a fucking robot. So good for us. But, like, listen, out of the 3 bosses, Miyagi is my least favorite, just personally. I still like him. I think he's adorable. But, like, I want our beautiful fucking robot, okay? And then our bitchy wizard. But, like, if the bitchy wizard is married, I might throw hands. That's gonna suck a little. I just feel like, who the fuck would tolerate that asshole aside from us? You know what I'm saying? But then again, then there's got to be one us, somewhere floating around in this world who's like, God, I love the bitchy little assholes so much. You know? That, like, absolutely tolerates him. So, fair. But, like, for all the Miyagi lovers, I'm sorry. I'm sorry! Oh. Wife? Miyagi, I didn't know you were married. Since the Oniwaban's a secret operation, I just assumed everyone was single. Are there any others that have a family? Oh, good, find this out. Some, but I think I'm the only one in the covert Oniwaban. Most of us are vessels, and our work is... Well, it's probably hard to keep a family. Except for Kiyohiko, it seems like he never had any intention of having a family. I thought when he was saying that, I was like, no! And then he's like, he never had an intention of having a family. That guy's an asshole. Okay, thank God. I see. So that's how it is. Kiyohiko can't have a family because he's abrasive and a douche. Yeah, but raise his hand. We kind of like those ones, especially if they're wearing glasses and they look like a wizard. He really doesn't belong in this game. He looks like a wizard, And we know the vessels aren't because we're dating all of them except for, Kyoshiro. But I'm sorry, Bird. I'm adjusting my headset cord. It's getting all tangled up in me. Don't you chew on that, though. No, come here. You get very fidgety. Do you want snuggies? You want snuggies in my hands? What are you doing? You normally snug on my chest, and now you're sitting on my leg, but you're running all over the place. I know you don't have to go potties because we just went. What you doing? You want petties, but I'm trying to pet you, and then you're going to bite me. By the way, we have a daughter who just turned 3 the other day. She's just the cutest thing. Oh, God. Well, there you go. Okay. All right. This is for you ladies who were in love with Miyagi, and now you're like, oh, he has a wife, but he's a dad. So I don't know if that's helping. He's got good dad energy. He really does, actually, to be fair. Even before that. And she's really smart. And she started calligraphy only recently, but she's just the fastest learner. You wouldn't believe it. It's kind of adorable how he's talking about his daughter. You're like, you're so cute. But seriously, can we leave now? He's talking about kids, and I don't know how to deal with this. Maybe it's because my wife is good at teaching. It seems like she spends all her time teaching her when I'm on missions. Oh, by the way, my wife, she's the greatest. She's always so supportive of me. And then they go back to this. I was going to be supportive for all you, who were in love with him. And be like, you could bunk off his wife and he's a good dad, but then his wife is sweet. And you're like, no, you can't. You can't take the man from this. And he's like, my wife's a bitch, though. And then it'd be okay. But aww. To be fair, I mean, having a character like this, where you're like, supportive husband, good dad energy, you're like, that's nice. But they knew what they were, but did they know what they were doing? Clearly they were like, look, he's supportive husband and good dad energy. And you're like, okay, but not to us. Granted, I don't want kids, and I don't want them forcing kids on me in a game. I hate that. You know how much I hate it. But they do know that when we play these games, half of us are eyeballing the side pieces, right? There's always side character lust. They know this. They're not new here. And yet they were like, let's make this yeah, we're going to fuck up some people. Again, not super disappointing for me, because while he is adorable, I'm okay with it. It's all right. It's not the character that I love the most that's a side piece that then you're telling me I can't own in my fantasy land. You know what I mean? But I feel for all the people who are Miyagi Sims. I feel for you. I really do. Because, I know exactly how I'd feel if it were my robot or my glasses wizard. I'd be fucking mad. And depressed. And I'd probably cry more than I already want to cry today. Today is a shit fucking day. But we're here and we're having fun. This is what I needed. I told her the other day that a newcomer joined us, and she went out of her way to prepare this box of sweets. Isn't she the best? Yeah, I really can't thank her enough. You should stop by to meet her when you get the chance. Yes, I'd love to. Kuka and Yuichi should also come along. The fact that we said they should come along, and they're just standing there straight-faced fuck no. They're me right now. It's no, I mean, I love Miyagi and him talking about his wife. It's you're so adorable. But I could also get the, simmer down, bro. They have probably heard this a million times. For us, it's cute. For them, it's sweet Jesus, we're going to be here for 4 days. Their faces are so funny. Is something wrong? You two are looking really empty. I mean, they are vessels. When we hear Lord Miyagi brag about his wife every day, it's not really something worth reacting to. Every day, you say? Yeah, every day. So anyway, you see, my wife is an absolute stunner. She has a straight nose, her side profile is just beautiful. You gotta love this man, though. And my daughter looks just like her, so it's like she's already perfect. Or rather, it's like she's all of the world. It's like she's all of the world's miracles condensed. I don't know how you keep this up, Mitsuhige. Genjiro, I want to eat more red bean mochi. Be a gent and pass me that layer. Pass me that layer? Yeah. In any case, this is quite a lot. I think I'll have some myself. They're like, we deserve treats for having to put up with this. They just tune him out. He just goes on, and they're just like, there's just wah in the background. Oh, me too. Thank you for the food again. Even during that conversation, Miyachi never stopped talking. While we split the red bean mochi among us three, we continued listening to his boasting. You were listening, they tuned him out. That's fucking adorable, though. Like, I don't know how you could have, like, kind of had that scene where he's just like, oh my god, and just excitable and adorable like that, without the wife and daughter that he's bragging about, that it's like, you know, kind of cute to you. You're like, look at him, he's so adorable. And everybody else is like, for fuck's sake, not again. You know what I mean? And like, over his bullshit. I don't know how you could have done it. Oh, you know, because it's disappointing for anybody who loves Miyagi. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, no, but it's still adorable. You can't help it. But again, thank God it's not one of the robots I'm in love with. But I feel for all you guys who were like, standing this man and really wanted to bone him, and you can't, guys, you can't. How do you do that? Oh, you can't. This is not just maybe he's got a girlfriend that maybe won't last. He's got a wife and a daughter, guys. And he's totes in love with her. You know, you can't cross that line even in your fantasy. You can't do it. You can't. Cause like, that's wrong and fucked up. That's another one of those things. That's a me thing, though. I mean, hey, live your best life. If you accidentally kill her or just change his history, that's up to you guys. You know? I couldn't do it, though. I feel like I need a therapist now. Anyway, and then it wasn't until after a quarter to the next bell that we were able to leave. We're finally free. He really seems to love his wife and daughter. Spacey, from today, you'll be dealing with that bragging every morning. You best prepare yourself. Really? So that was just another part of my mission. Now then, today we're demonstrating our work. To start, why don't we go around the route I usually patrol? Yeah. Hey, do I have to go with? Wasn't that the reason why you requested time off from work in the first place? There's no use trying to slack off. I suppose so. Oh yeah, Yoichi normally collects information at his workplace. Did he make time just for me today? After that interaction, Kuga continued guiding us to the main street. Shops and restaurants, as well as temple schools. I technically walked here alone yesterday, but seeing the same scene in the early hours had a different effect. When I'm on patrol, I always do one round of the entirety of Castletown, starting from the main street. It's my job to solve any fights or conflicts during that time. We don't want people's negative emotions to summon Blightfall. When you do this, you can easily observe people's movements. See for yourself. You're right. I turned around on the spot to look at my surroundings and found that I was able to clearly identify the lifestyles of everyone around me. If I focused my ears, I could also listen in on their conversations. If they were saying something ominous, I would notice immediately. Of course, people will also take notice of you, so as long as you're walking around like this. Yo, and if it isn't Gen, see her with a cute girl today. As if to prove Kuga's explanation correct, the old man cleaning beside us walked over to him while smiling. She's my acquaintance's daughter. I was just in the middle of showing her around. Huh? Then that means you've just arrived, Inito. You should stop by my store if you have the time. A fashionable comb came in just the other day. No, we'll have to pass. We have plans for now. good morning. Lovely weather we're having today. Yes, it is rather lovely. Hey, Gin! You should come over to my restaurant for supper. I'll give you tons of stuff on the house. Okay, I'll think about it. Though we'd only stopped for a short while, one by one townsfolk continued to talk with Kuga. It's so funny because, I mean, yes, all the vessels are technically little robots, but some of them have, like, little sparkly personalities, as we saw with Tojo. And, like, Kuga is very much like a robot. He's like I'm very serious and whatever, and yet everybody is like, look at him, he's so adorable! And, like, I think that's kind of adorable. I love it. That he is like, yes, okay, I'm very professional and very serious, and everybody just wants to pinch his little cheeks, and it's just so funny. Kuga sure is popular around here. I mean, he's beautiful, so. But what's Yoichi doing? He hasn't said anything in a while. I turned around and was surprised. Yoichi, who had been behind us until just now, had suddenly vanished. Kuga, Yoichi isn't here! What? Did we get separated from him? He's hiding. It's definitely possible with this crowd. We have to hurry and find him. No, wait. I tried to hurriedly return back down the path we came, but for some reason Kuga stopped me with his arm. Yoichi probably doesn't want to talk to people, so he, like, bounced and ran around a corner. Kuga? What's wrong? Yoichi's right over there. When I looked where Kuga was pointing, I saw Yoichi was standing in front of a small stall. He's absolutely the over-the-shoulder, haughty, bitch-face sprite. Beautiful, I love it. That's a tempura stall? Lady, this is real delicious. Oh, thank you. There's still plenty more, so eat as much as you'd like, dear. This one here is one of my masterpieces. And I'll have that one too. Does this man ever stop eating? It's hilarious. And then Yoichi started eating tempura as the old lady handed it to him. The tempura was skewered and fried. After shoving it into a deep jar of sauce, he'd place it in his mouth. The speed of his eating knew no bounds. Wait, he's still eating? Even though he just ate a bunch of red bean mochi earlier? Yoichi eats like a horse. Am I seeing things? As I was frozen from sheer shock, Kuga briskly walked toward Yoichi. I'm trying to see, is he a pouch? Because, you know what, I'm just trying to see because, like, we know Tominari is a pill case, but he probably had it hidden. And we know that Tojo was a tobacco pouch that he carried on him. And, like, I'm still thinking that you're a grouchy old man, Kane. There is no way. But, like, he's only got, like, a little pouch, but that seems like it'd be like your money. It's like your purse, but... Yoichi, we're in the middle of a mission right now. What are you doing? And you got nothing on you but swords and a tassel. So, like, okay, whatever items you are either things you can't carry. Could you imagine carrying around? Like, I used to be a vase, so I'm just carrying that around all the time. You know what I mean? I mean, Tojo carrying around his item or whatever, but I'm assuming some of them have to be bigger objects that they can't carry around. You know what I mean? Like, Kyoshiro absolutely is just a beautiful vase. That's what he looks like. He's got the emotional depth of a vase, is what I'm saying, too. You know? Yoichi is absolutely an old man Kane because he just wants to shake his fist at clouds and bitch all day. So, I'm eating tempura. I can see that. My, don't be so angry at him. It's only because I keep handing it to him. But is he even paying? Oh, that's fine. It's always so nice to see him eat, and the way he chews with his cheeks full is just adorable. Yeah, well, that's actually... I'm not sure if she's an old lady thinking he's cute, or she's a middle-aged woman being like, hot. You know, whatevs. All the while the lady was defending him, Yoichi quietly continued eating tempura. She's definitely got mom energy. She's like, or grandma energy. Like, I need to feed him. But also, like, it's just adorable when he eats. So, I'm not sure if she's like, he's hot and adorable when he eats. Or if she's just like, he's so cute. Look at his little baby face. I don't know which level she's going with it, but it's funny. Though he was expressionless, I assumed it made the lady happy to see someone eating her food with such enthusiasm. I guess it's like giving food to fish in a pond. It does look delicious. It smells good too, but what does tempura taste like? What? Is there something on my face, aside from pretty? No. Sorry. It's my first time seeing tempura. Wait, you've never eaten tempura before? Yeah, there wasn't any food like this back in my hometown. Even while we were conversing, Yoichi didn't stop eating tempura. I could hear the light, crisp noises of the fried batter from where I was standing. Oh, it really looks good. Do you want me to buy you some? Oh, okay. What? You want to eat it, right? I can see that much just by watching you. Oh, our boyfriend's gonna buy us our first snack. But we're in the middle of a mission right now. I could say the same for Yoichi. There's no reason for you to hold back. Saying that, Kuga took his wallet out of his pocket. How adorable. What should I do? Decline the offer, have him buy some. I want to have him buy some. I want him to buy me stuff. Have him buy some. Good. I feel like decline the offer is Yoichi points. Blue flowers. Kuga flowers. To be honest, I wanted some. I really wanted some. Once I realized that, there was no other choice. If you insist. All right, wait here for a bit. And then Kuga immediately headed to the food stall. I mean, we were really standing right here by the food stall unless Kuga was screaming to Yoichi, you know what I'm saying? Even seeing him from the side, it looked like he was smiling a little, and I felt my heart skip a beat. He does look like he's grinning a little over his shoulder. It's cute. I wonder what happened. He looked so serene, but... Now, was it just my imagination? No, maybe he's like, this is kind of cute. Here you go. Make sure you don't drop it. Thank you so much. In Kuga's hand was a freshly made tempura. I took it as if he was handing me a piece of treasure and immediately tried a bite. It's delicious! Is this a white fish tempura? The batter is thick and it's a lot more filling than I thought. Oh no, I already ate half of it. It'd be a waste to eat it all in one go. When I happened to look back, I saw Kuga staring at me as though he were carefully observing me. Kuga? What are you looking at? Oh, I apologize. It's just rare to see someone eating something with such enjoyment. Yoichi's right there! No, it's not the same with Yoichi. You eat like you're savoring it. It's very interesting to see those kinds of differences. Because Yoichi's just eating it. He doesn't have emotions. Is that so? His reply was so honest and devoid of any ill will, I didn't know how to respond, giggle a little and feel slightly embarrassed that he's watching you eat. I had no other choice but to continue eating, as Kuga continued observing me. It's hard to eat when someone's watching me this much. In fact, it's pretty embarrassing. I mean, I'll give her that one. Valid. Just going back and forth as I'm slowly taking bites and he's just staring intently. Hey, don't use me as a shield. Spacey, why are you hiding behind Yoichi? It's obviously your fault, Genjiro. Obviously even you can understand what just happened. In order to escape Kuga's line of sight, I had no other choice but to hide behind Yoichi. Oh, this game is so much fun, it's ridiculous. After that, we met with a certain person in a traditional-looking brewery. Long time no see, Lord Yanagi. Oh, if it isn't Lord Genjiro! It's been a while. Yoichi, good work on your Oniwaban mission. No prob. Well, I didn't do anything, though. He was broad-shouldered and talking to Kuga and Yoichi on common standing. Since we were meeting for the first time, I could do nothing but nervously listen in on the three's conversation. Then, when the conversation came to a pause, Kuga turned around back to me. Spacey, his name is Lord Tobe Yanagi, and he runs the brewery Yoichi works at. Of course, he already knows about the Oniwaban. And Lord Yanagi, this young woman just joined the Oniwaban as a member of the Castletown team. Hello, my name's Spacey. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. My, what an energetic young lady. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance as well. To reintroduce myself, my name is Tobe Yanagi. Apologies for the impolite question, but you're not a vessel, yes? No, I'm a normal person, in a way. I see. May be difficult to face off against the Blightfall for a human. Be sure not to push yourself too much. It seemed that Yanagi was a very kind person, as he seemed worried about me from the bottom of his heart. The threads on his neck and his expression proved that he was being genuine. By the way, if you're gonna work in Castletown, will you be disguising yourself as a commoner? Yes, but we still haven't decided on the specifics. We're planning on deciding what our cover job will be once we've assessed our aptitudes. I'm not good at anything! 'Cause I literally lived in a shack on a mountain, shunned away from human society, so... Not blaming her for being useless, in a way. Or just not being good at normal shit, because, like, what are you gonna do in that scenario? You know what I mean? I see. In that case, if you're unable to find a nice place to work, please feel free to come to my store. I always make sure to have extra openings just for this kind of occasion. I can welcome you whenever you like. Are you sure? You already have Yoichi. Haha, taking in one is the same as taking two. That's just the condition of missions to consider, so it would be up to you. It's just the coordination of missions, sorry, to consider. That's true. If I come here, then that means two people would be stationed at the same store. In some cases, it could be more effective. On the other hand, it might be less efficient if our sources overlapped. I'm gonna guess that when you go down Yoichi's route, you might end up working here. You know what I mean? Oh, interesting. Well, that's kind of weird. It's the soft recommended order. I kind of figured we'd be going to the entertainment district after this, but no, we do Yoichi after this. And then Kinji, then Tominari, then Otaro. It just makes me feel like, you're like, but that, like, at least this we get a break. We don't see Tojo very often, so we won't miss him too much. Because we're with these boys. But then, next when we go to Romance Yoichi, we'll be like, oh, but Kuka's right there, and we're gonna miss him, and he's right there. You know what I mean? It's just a little sad, is all I'm saying. Anyway. But Yoichi might not want to work with me. Too bad! As thoughts filtered through my mind, my gaze naturally turned to Yoichi. Come to think of it, I can't even imagine Yoichi working here. I'm gonna guess he doesn't do much. So far, I've only ever seen Yoichi lazing around in the tea house or eating snacks. He probably just sits there and looks pretty. I mean, I'm just saying it's a brewery, so if you were going to go in and buy alcohol and there was just a pretty man just lounging around looking pretty, I might go back there often, And playing with Komame? Hard work doesn't really seem like his type of thing. What? And then, perhaps because he noticed my gaze, Yoichi glared at me while furrowing his brow. Oh, I cannot wait for your route, though. You know what? Doing it next isn't going to be too bad. It'll just be sad, because we'll have to see Kugo. We'll be like, oh, but I miss him, because we're going to love him. But Yoichi's little bitchy attitude, God, I love it. Like before, if you have something to say, you should just come out and say it. Right. I'll make sure to next time. I just wondered what you do for work around here. What I do? I just work like anyone else, really. Really? You don't slack off or anything? Hey, just what kind of person do you think I am? A person who slacks off. Yoichi helps us plenty. He's quite serious and works fast while on the job. So much so that he's earned the trust of the other servants as well. And by the way, Yoichi is the head clerk, which means he leads the servants. Sort of like a boss. Oh, whoops, I'm hitting the wrong button. Head clerk? I only have one hand. The pet bird is petting himself on my other one, so... The boss in charge of all the employees runs the entire business from sales to accounting. Damn. The boss of the servants? These were all words that I just couldn't imagine being used to describe the Yoichi I'd seen up until now. I was completely bewildered. Well, what's with that reaction? When I'm given a job, I do it right.
Otherwise, I can't take breaks whenever I want to.
Fair.
Oh, yeah. Also, let me know when you want to work here. You can ask me for advice at least.
Okay. Thank you. I'm counting on you, Yoichi.
Roger that. I'm good at bossing people around, so I've got no problem with that.
Could he be angry? Because I assumed he was lazy? Yuichi's uncharacteristically gentle smile and ominous wording sent a small shiver down my spine. We're gonna work here probably. I would assume we're not gonna work here unless we're in Yoichi's route. But working here and working under him, quite literally, and I'm sorry, he's gonna ride us hard, and that's pretty amazing, and I love the phrasing, and it's just gonna be great. After we left Yanagi Brewery, wow, I can't say that. I can't with words today. We returned to our patrol of Castletown. Brewery. Why does it why does your brain want to mumble that? Is it just me? Maybe I'm just like, am I having a seizure right now? Maybe. Good lord. Ugh. But no matter where we looked, we didn't discover any obvious abnormalities. Even the town's emotional imprints were unchanged compared to when I saw them the other day. That's surprising. Ito's more peaceful than I expected. What makes you think that? Huh? I mean, there aren't any big fights, and it's not like there are Blightfalls appearing. It's likely due to the time of day. Blightfall tend to appear after nightfall. There's rarely any danger before that. However, stamping out any conflict while the sun is up will ultimately make things easier, in the event the Blightfall do appear. Is it because those conflicts can cause the appearance of Blightfall? What are you doing? You're a very weird bird. I know, but I love you so much. She's my emotional support, Booger Face. You really are. I know. I know when I'm sad, you're like, I snug in your face, Mommy, make you feel better. I know. And now you're just, I have my hand sitting here to cup, but he's just pressed against my fingers. But before he was like trying to shove himself under my finger. Like, he's very weird with how he wants to like snug. And that's right. It's why we should continue to be on guard even now. I see. Speezy, is that you? As Kuga was teaching me a variety of things while walking, we encountered Mimi in front of the tea house. Judging by the broom in her hand, it looked like she was sweeping in front of the store. Mimi, you had work today? It's right. As a tea house poster girl, I try to appear in the store as often as I can. Hello, Kuga and Yoichi. Since you're here, care to stop by for tea at our store? No, we have plans today, so we'll have to decline. Oh my, is that so? That's too bad. So you're acquaintances with Maharu, huh? Yeah, actually, there was a time we used to live together. I happened to run into her yesterday. You're acting surprised, but what's the story behind you two? Spacey, how do you know Kuga and Yoichi? Shoot, how do I explain our relationship? Unlike Yanagi, Mimi isn't affiliated with the Oniwaban, so there's no way I can tell her the truth. I just happened to know her. It seems she was looking for work in Castletown, so I was giving her advice. I just happen to know her, but how? Just because I do. Yes, that's exactly it. Kuga's as reliable as ever. What a lifesaver. My, is that so? It's true you'll have to find work to make a living. Have you found anywhere nice? The best option so far is the place where I work. Huh? Oh no. I remembered our conversation at Yanagi Brewery and accidentally exclaimed. Luckily, it seemed as though Mimi hadn't heard it. Yoichi stared at me to make sure I wouldn't say any more than I already had. Yanagi Brewery. That's a good place. Yoichi, if she ends up working at Yanagi Brewery, please look after her. She tends to push herself quite a bit. Oh, you don't say. He's like, I'm going to push her. Push her right down on the counter and have my way with her. You better. But not now. I got other boys to date first. I'm fine. I've matured a lot since when we lived together.
It's true, too. But if Kuga's with you, I can relax. Even if it's not Yanagi Brewery, I'm sure he'll introduce you to a good workplace. I hope you find a place that suits you.
Yeah, thanks. I'll do my best to look for one. It seemed that Kuga and Yoichi were also fairly close with Mimi, who was a resident of Castletown. Through their interactions, I could see how they acted as Oniwaban, and I couldn't help but admire them.
Just, I'm glad you're enthusiastic about it, but make sure you don't stay out late, okay?
How come?
I've heard there have been a few cases of street slashers at night recently. Apparently, they go around cutting people's hair, and there were already 5 victims.
What? A street slasher? But what's the point of cutting hair? What kind of perverts are doing this?
That's the thing. We don't know. It's so creepy. There are rumors that the culprit is a yokai called the Kamariki.
Kamakiri, sorry. Kamakiri, a yokai who chops off people's hair without warning. It's like you got a yokai for everything. You're like, there's just a random dude. He's like, I don't know, it's just the job I was assigned. I just chop off people's hair. Why? I don't know. It's just what I do. Like, I feel like, though, now that we've done Tojo's route, and remember they pulled the fingernails, I wonder if it's going to be very similar, but kind of different. You know what I mean? Because, like, they had, like, the little doll, right? The kidnapping god, as we were calling it. That one Blightfall was ripping the fingernails off the kids, stuffing them in little effigies, and using that to do, like, long distance Blightfall summoning. So I'm wondering if in this case it's chopping off people's hair, you know, and using those people's hairs to control those people, you know? Wonder if we're going to be like, then those people go missing, you know? So it's going to be like a similar type of story, but like whatever, because I could see it, but also then at the same time you're like, but then it's like exactly the same and it's just going to be a Blightfall and we already know the plot then. I would expect, I mean, it's always going to turn down to Blightfall is all the problem, but I mean, well, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
But does a yokai like that even exist?
Hey, Maharu, come here for a second.
All right. Anyway, I'll see you later.
After saying that, Mimi returned to the tea house. After watching her leave, we looked at each other as if on cue. What she said just now, is it true? If you're talking about the Kamakiri, then yes. We've confirmed that at least, but we haven't done any detailed investigation into the matter. Why not? The city magistrate's investigating the Kamakiri case. So that's like the, Tenichibo case? This is what it is? It's faster for them to handle it, instead of the understaffed Oniwaban. Kamakiri case. Yeah, Kamakiri case, okay. A case where female passersby had their hair cut off night after night. There were frequent occurrences in Castletown, and all of the victims were women. The perpetrator is still unknown. Okay, that makes it a little weirder, too. But I mean, at the same time, the other kidnapping god, that Blightfall was kidnapping kids. So, if Blightfall were involved, it's a different story. But in the current situation, I'm afraid there's nothing we can do.
Well, we also don't know if the city commissioner's properly investigating it. Rumor has it that none of the victims have been able to identify the Kamakiri either.
Is that so?
Anyway, shouldn't we head back? Blightfall will start appearing any minute now.
Just as Yoichi pointed out, I looked at the sky and saw that the sun had already begun setting. Then, after the sun had completely set, a girl from the town was hurriedly walking down an empty street. Phew, it's so late. I should get home quickly. The girl's head was full of the many things she would have to do after she returned home. First, she would put away what she bought. Then she'd have to make dinner for her waiting family. After that, she would have a hot soak. Hot soak! Bathing in hot water. Okay, you know, we did not need a glossary for what a hot soak was. We can infer. It's like a nice little lounging hot bath, you know? In that moment, something strange happened. As her thoughts weighed on her, her head started feeling particularly heavy, almost as if someone was pressing down on her head, or as if someone was lying on top of her. It was that sort of sensation. What? The girl, thinking it was strange, forcibly tried to pull the weight away, then. Huh? Something fluttered in front of the girl's eyes. Hair. When her free hand shot up to her head, she could tell that her tied hair had been hacked off. What? No way! How could this. Unable to contain her disbelief, the girl quickly spun around. And then, standing there. Ah! The next day, it's like so dramatic and then it's not. But you know what I mean? I wonder if it's exactly like with Tanichibo, remember? He's like, yeah, I bought it from some guy. And they're like, what guy? And he's like, there was a shop here and there was a guy and he doesn't really remember. So like, they feel a weird sensation. So it's probably a blight fall or something cutting off their hair. It's a mystical force anyway. It's not a person doing it. And then even if they see something, it might be controlling their minds to say, no, you didn't. Kind of like it did with Tanichibo, something similar. Hmm. A sparrow chirped directly in my ear, and I vaguely regained consciousness. That's exactly how you wake up in the morning. That's how I woke up. It wasn't a sparrow, it was a conure. And I was sleeping, and I heard shrieking downstairs because someone was like, wake up! I don't want to be sleeping! Wake up! Because I forgot to tell someone. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I forgot to tell you we could sleep in a little bit later today because our first meeting didn't start till later. So we could have a little extra sleep because we woke up very early multiple times this week. So today was a nice little sleep in at 50. We get to sleep in 30 minutes later. Just a little have a sleep in. Just have a lie in a little bit. Yeah. But someone was like, it's 7:30, wake up! And I was like, oh, Jesus. To be fair, I didn't hear him until 7:45, but then he wasn't just chirping, he was shrieking. And I'm like, you know what? This is the day that the construction wasn't going tink, 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 tink out my window or beep, 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 beep. I don't know why. Back your motherfucking truck up and shut up. Why do you just sit there for 30 minutes with that fucker on reverse? But dear fucking God, and then you hear that, and then you hear the bird downstairs. Chirp, 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 chirp. Libby, wake up, lady. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, I hate everything. No, I know. You're just excitable because you know his wake up times. But it was not wake up times this morning. You woke up 30 minutes early. And you were shrieking, making ugly noises, not cute ones. But it's my fault. I didn't tell you we could sleep in. Anyway. But basically, yes, having birds is birds basically chirping in your fucking ear or screaming from downstairs to wake your ass up. Normally, I only heard sparrows' calls from afar, but this one was awfully close. I wonder why. It's like the sparrow is really close. I like how she's totally asleep and has no clue. All right, it's Kamame. She must be hungry. Kamame, wait. I'll prepare your food right now. Ah, you're finally awake. I mean, this is the funniest thing to wake up to and so awkward. Is that you wake up and Yoichi's face is just right there, but he also has Kamame sitting on his head. So funny. Huh? Ah! To my surprise, Yoichi was watching over me as I slowly got out of bed. On top of his head was Kamame, lightly perched as usual. So that's why I heard the chirping from so close. Wait, that's beside the point. Why are you here, Yoichi? This is my room. And did you have to shout? We were called into a meeting, so I just came here to get you. Really? Why didn't you wake me up instead of watching me? I tried, but you didn't wake up at all, so I gave up. Wait a second. You just gave up? I wanted to complain more, but now wasn't the time he was probably like, hey, are you asleep? She's not waking up. I don't know. I'll just sit here and stare at her. Were you staring at me like, oh, she's kind of pretty when she sleeps, but I'm not going to tell her that because, whatever. If that's the case, I have to hurry up. Is it the same back room? Is it in the same back room as yesterday? After I had Yoichi leave the room, I scrambled to finish up my preparations. I changed my clothes, washed my face, and casually tidied my hair with my fingers. Then I placed my hand on the sliding door that led to the hallway. All right, I have to go immediately. Sorry to keep you waiting, Yoichi. Let's hurry to the hall. Wait a second. What? But the second I tried to walk off, Yoichi roughly grabbed my arm. What? What's wrong?
Your hair's sticking out. In the very least, try to look presentable.
Huh? Is it? This would be a really nice CG moment of Yoichi fixing my hair, because how hot would that be? But also, it's not his route. But also, did we get Tominari's CGs? Well, we're technically in the common Castletown route, so we could get CGs for them. I don't remember how it went in the other one. It would undoubtedly be embarrassing to meet everyone in that state. I once again tidied my hair with my fingers and then turned back to Yoichi. How's this?
How's this? Are you serious?
Huh? Yeah. Does it still look weird? How about this?
Come here.
He pulled down on my arm, which was still in his grip, and sat me down directly on the floor of the room. Yoichi then deliberately removed the comb that was in his hair, and he started brushing mine. You don't have to go out of your way, and we're running out of time.
It's fine. Stay still. It won't take long.
This would have been a cute CG. There we go. There we go. This is what I like. Hell yeah. Okay, so we do get CGs of the other in the common route. I mean, I couldn't quite remember because, it's been a while since we started the common route of Samurai Town, but I love this. This is what I wanted. She's so stiff and she's like, oh god. But like him combing our hair is beautiful. I love it. How romantic. Yoichi ignored my objections and continued to run the comb through my hair over and over. Unlike his usual careless attitude, his hands were incredibly gentle. This feels a little nice. Though there were some snags at first, my hair gradually became smoother as he carefully brushed through it. All the while, Yoichi had a serious expression on his face. Now that I think about it, this might be the first time a man has touched my hair. What should I do? I'm becoming a little nervous. Yeah, she is. She's blushing now. No, don't overthink it. Yoichi's just combing my hair for me.
And done. That should be a little better now, yeah?
Thank you. While I was still perplexed, it seemed he'd finished his work. When I checked in the mirror that was next to me, I saw a reflection of myself with glossy, well-groomed hair. Wow, this is amazing. It's way prettier than when I do it myself.
Satisfied?
Of course. Thank you. You're so good with your hands. I mean, I'm gonna let us all run wild with that one.
I'm not that good. You're just clumsy. Now come on, let's hurry and go.
Did Yuichi smile just now? His unexpected expression, which disappeared as fast as it appeared, made my heart throb. Girl, we're not dating Yoichi yet. Afterwards, when we hurriedly entered the back room, Miyagi and Kuga were already there waiting for us. Good, maybe Miyagi got his wife lust out of the way. I apologize for being late. No need to apologize. It was a sudden meeting. In fact, I should be the one apologizing for waking you up at such an early hour. You know my wife. I'm just kidding. No, that's not.
Well, what happened?
Right about that. The reason I have you gathered here today is to share a certain piece of information. The other day we confirmed the appearance of Blightfall in Castletown. The day has already come. I knew from the moment I decided to join the Oniwabon that I'd eventually face off against the Blightfall, but I never imagined that it would come so soon. The thought of going on my first real mission naturally made me sit up straight. I believe you're all aware of that a street slasher called the Kamakiri has been appearing in Castletown. And the other day there was a sixth victim. According to the victim's testimony, the Kamakiri has a beak that resembles a pair of large scissors and appears to be a mass of black threads. Okay, so she saw it. After the monster cut away the victim's hair, it apparently disappeared into the darkness of night. If true, there's a high possibility that we're dealing with a Blightfall, and therefore we will be conducting a full investigation into the Kamakiri case. Setting aside the beak, a mass of black threads, huh? And that definitely sounds like the description of a Blightfall.
And disappearing into the darkness of the night is also textbook Blightfall behavior. When they run away, their bodies usually disperse into threads.
Anyway, I want you to go ask for more details from the victim herself. This is her address.
Miyagi then handed Kuga a piece of paper with a map and an address written on it.
At this point in time, we don't know if the Kamakiri is a natural occurrence or a transformed human. I want you to proceed carefully with your investigation. So far, it's only cut hair, but there's no telling if or when its attacks could intensify and start posing a danger to people's lives. So, everyone, I'm counting on you.
We firmly nodded at Miyagi's words and departed from the Oniwaban base together. I'm just saying, if it were, what's-his-face? Glasses Wizard, and we were late, he'd be like, why the fuck weren't you awake and anticipating that I was gonna need you? He would have been mad about us being late. Just saying.
Not like Miyagi being like, I'm sorry. I woke you up early, man. I'm sorry, you know?
A quarter bell after the meeting, we promptly arrived at the row house where the victim was living. Just like the other day, it seemed there were a large number of residents living there. Women doing the laundry, children carrying study supplies and entering the temple school. Without question, nothing seemed out of the ordinary when it came to daily life.
According to the documents, this seems to be the place.
Kuga pointed at a single room at the back of the row house. From the front, it didn't look particularly strange. Though there were some emotional imprints nesting there, it didn't seem much different from anywhere else. To put it bluntly, it was a perfectly normal row house.
I apologize for disturbing your rest, but we have a few questions. Would you mind speaking with us?
Right away, Kuga tried calling across the door. However, not only did no one answer, we didn't hear a single peep from the inside. Is she not home? Shh! Be quiet. Come in. Though it was a little delayed, we heard a reedy voice coming from inside the row house. Kuga looked back as if to confirm we were ready before he reached out for the door. I apologize for my appearance. What did you want to talk about? Once we entered, a woman sitting in front of a brazier sluggishly greeted us. Sluggishly. Sluggish! I can't form words today. Something is wrong with me. It was obvious that she was the Kamakiri's victim. Do I keep saying Kamakiri right? I keep feeling I want to say Kamariki, and I'm like, no, it's Kamakiri. But then I feel like I'm saying Kamakiri, and my brain, every time I go to read it, thinks that I said it the other way. I don't even know. My head hurts. I'm tired, and I'm angry, and I'm hungry. Her hair had been cut roughly at around her shoulders. At that length, she can't even tie it up. My hair's kind of my shoulder. You can tie it up. Not super high.
I heard that you were attacked by a street slasher the other day. I'd like to hear more details about that night.
Huh? If it's about that, then I've already discussed it with the city commissioners people.
We need to confirm some things, so I just want to go over your story again. I apologize for asking when you're not feeling well, but could you please...
I understand. It seemed that she knew Kuga was a samurai, so she easily accepted his request. It's probably the swords, to be fair. After she readjusted herself into the Seiza position, the woman looked around as if she was trying to recall her own memories. I was attacked when I was walking down an alleyway in Castletown. It was pitch black around me, and there weren't any other pedestrians. So I wanted to hurry up and return home, but suddenly I felt a strange weight on my head. I don't know what it was, just that it felt like something was leaning down on me. The moment I tried to move it away, I heard the sound of something being cut from behind me. My hair had been cut. I lost my composure, and when I turned around in surprise, there was... At that point in the story, the woman clammed up. There was sweat beading on her brow, and from the look of her deep blue threads, it seemed she was remembering the horror of the incident. Is she all right?
What was that? What was there?
Sorry, I'll say it now. At Kuga's prompting, the woman continued speaking, all while her lips quivered. There was a monster there. I couldn't see it clearly, but its whole body was pure black and made of hair. It was like hair thin threads had gathered together. Hey, question. How were you able to see what the monster looked like? The other victims apparently weren't able to see the monster at all.
That's. I think it was because of the scissors. The monster's beak looked like a pair of scissors and it was shining in the moonlight. So that's why I was barely able to make it out.
I see.
And then what happened after? Well, maybe their hair gets cut and you're like, what the fuck? And then it's gone before you turn around. Like she turned around. You know what I mean? It could just be a matter of they didn't turn around fast enough to see it. The monster disappeared immediately. It was holding the hair it took from me like it was satisfied. And then. Are you alright? I'm sorry. For some reason, I've been feeling unwell ever since. I haven't been sleeping well either. Did everyone else get sick? Is that a thing? Though the woman started to cry, I couldn't find the right words to say to her. A woman's hair is like her life. Only if a woman became a monk or if the wife of a samurai became a widow would she have any reason to cut her hair. I too shivered at the thought of a monster suddenly appearing from behind me and cutting my hair. Well, okay, but like, you don't get trims because eventually your hair would be so motherfucking long and hurt your head. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I get it. There's a difference between trimming your hair and letting it grow and keeping it healthy and trimming as opposed to going from having waist length hair to chopping it at your ears and getting a bob. You know what I mean? And like, and obviously in the time period, long hair was the style. So having your hair cut super short was like, you know. The reason she was feeling ill could have very well been a psychological reaction, not just a physical one. Thank you for telling us your story. We'll definitely find the culprit behind this, so please, take your time and rest up for now. Thank you very much. I wanted to help her, even just a little. As I spoke while rubbing the woman's back, she teared up even more. Huh. But at that moment I noticed something. Attached to the woman's shoulder were other threads, different from those that tell emotions. Normally the threads that show a person's emotions are around the neck. Even now the woman had also had a few strands of blue threads that symbolized fear. However, as if to cover that up, several strands of black threads tangled around her. When feeling complex emotions, it's common for multiple colors of threads to mix, but rather than appearing around the neck, the black threads seemed to be attached directly to the woman's body, as if possessing her. Of course, even if I tried to reach out to touch them, I couldn't. Could this be the reason why she's feeling ill? Now that I think about it, the Blightfall are created from the same black threads that are left as emotional imprints. Then maybe the Blightfall could have attached these to her. That's what I was wondering, like, you know, because, like, did everyone get sick? And then there you go. So, okay. So possibly. But anyway, we're a little under time, but we know that these scenes usually last long, so I'm not going to take a risk right now because I don't have, like, 20 minutes to record over, so we'll stop here. But I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.